Hi everybody, Peter of England. Today's video is of great importance to most of the people in the United Kingdom. It doesn't necessarily therefore mean that it is not important worldwide, but for now the concentration on the topic is directed at the New World Order's agenda to bring in national identity cards into the UK. Now, this is something that's been floating back and forward in the UK political alternative streams of discussion for probably 15 to 20 years now. Tony Blair originally said that he was going to introduce them 2006 through 2012. That never happened. But now Starmer and his communist agenda is looking to push these national identity cards full force into circulation as probably soon as possible. Now, evidently London LBC News, they recently said that within the shortest period of time, legislation is going to be introduced to make it mandatory for all UK citizens to carry these cards. And what that will mean is that you will have to submit yourself for probably digital processing at some unit somewhere, or they may accept a photograph, but I would suspect with something this involved, they'd want one of their own photographs making at a certain venue or place. Probably along with that will come the necessary requirement for your fingerprints to be taken. And so now you are officially enrolled as part of the WHO UN agenda for a digital ID for everyone by 2030. On the back of this, I wouldn't be surprised if they start to do retinal scans or scanning the iris of your eye, as this is going on in certain cities in Europe generally. So it's something to be aware of, but lots of people are saying, and I've read some of the sites, oh, I'll never consent to it, I will never do it. There's lots of talk, but invariably all these people cave in as soon as they find out they can't order their Domino's pizza or visit Pizza Hut, and they won't accept payment, or they can't go shopping in Tesco without submitting an ID first. So there's lots of talk, and it usually involves very, very little gravitas. So what I'm trying to do today is not talk about WearBank, not talk about removement, which is the political arm of WearBank's associate. What I'm looking to do today is to tell you or instruct you that there is an alternative to the ID card that the United Kingdom government is trying to provoke you into accepting, with the terms like it's compulsory, it's mandatory, you have to have. Now, what I would suggest that you do, and at this juncture, let's keep it nice and simple. All you need to do for now is to send an email with subject line, identity card. Identity card in the subject line, and you'll be sending it to the link down below, which is the email address admin1@freemanlegalservices, all one word, .com. And what we're going to do there, and this is the offer, this is the solution from solutionaries, instead of maybe what we would term revolutionaries, to give you an opt-out here. Because two things that we can do for you. For those people who want a governmental ID issued by an independent nation state, then Area 52.life, which is the entity that has been created years ago in preparation for this final push for this New World Order's one digital currency, one world religion, one world identity card, one world health credentials. It's been prepared in preparation for this very time. So, for those of you who feel that you want to be able to present an ID card or an identity of some sort, then that can be furnished. So, typically what will happen before you can go into somewhere, they will ask you for ID. Have you got your government ID, or have you got your national identity card? As a national of Area 52, you can quite easily say, yes, I have. For those who then don't want to argue the criteria of what's involved in having Area 52 as a national governmental ID, or those who insist that you have to have a UK government issued one, that's something maybe for the courts to decide or for someone else to decide. It's not for you to worry about right now. But on an additional level of security, the next layer of the onion going down, what I suggest is this, that you dedicate your facial image and any other biometric information like fingerprints or signature to Freeman Legal Services. So admin1 at freemanlegalservices.com will hold by proxy on your behalf the copyright to your face and prints as a secured 10-year holding ground, so that when the government, if they, United Kingdom government, they come with a mandatory declaration saying that you must actually submit to facial identity or biometric surveillance, you can quite safely say, I'm not allowed to do that because I'm not the copyright holder. Now, you are the copyright holder, and most of you, maybe, or many of you now, will run off and consult ChatGPT or Grok or whatever these other AI bots out there are doing, and the response will come back, typically you are not allowed, or there is no credible background for you to be able to hold the copyright on your own identity, your own image. But that's not correct. That's only there to suit the agencies that perpetrate these type of schemes. Because if the birth certificate is usually what's required, and on the bottom of the birth certificate, it actually, in many instances, maybe not in your particular one, but it used to say this quite categorically, along the bottom it said that one, it was Crown copyrighted, and secondly, that it was not to be used as evidence of identity. Very, very important. Now, I have done a video on this about the person and about the birth certificate and using what's called a legal fiction as an identity name. So you're actually breaching Crown copyright by even using the birth certificate in the first case. So that's what I really want to emphasize here, because this push by Starmer and the communist government that's in charge of the UK and has been for some time, this is all put onto the back of the ETAS scheme, the visa scheme that's been introduced into Europe, where you can only spend 90 days in any 1 year, in any 6-month period, and you have to apply for a visa to enter the Schengen area. And so the reciprocal agent, under the auspices of cooperation within the EU, is now what Starmer is probably and his goons are trying to introduce. So what we want to do is to offer you an alternative. It's credible, it's sane, it's arguable, it makes very good sense, and it's already been set up and put in place. So you have an independent nation state which is recognized as a state, offering an identity card to you as a dual national. So you have Area 52 nationality, and you can keep your UK nationality. So you have a choice. This isn't an all or nothing. This is giving you a very credible option. So I've already invoked and notified to the President of the European Union, the President of the Commission, this Ursula von der Leyen, that the Treaty of Rome, which was actually fraudulently brought into being on the 25th of March 1957, that is invalid. Therefore, all the legislation that has ensued from that and all the organs of the tentacled octopus, which is the European Union, are invalid. But that's something we have as dry powder in the background. What I'm trying to emphasize above all else is that there are solutions out there. The alternative is for you to participate in this, and the two things that we offer, don't forget. One, if you want an ID card, we can provide one with diplomatic status attached to it. That's coming from Area 52 at area52.life. The other part of it is that if you do that, and even if you don't do that, but simply get in touch with us at admin1@freemanlegalservices.com, what we will do then is we will become, at your behest, copyright holders of not only your visual image, but if you wish, your fingerprints. You don't have to deliver these to us. You have to just give us the right to hold the copyright on your behalf. Okay? So that's as much as I want to say now. So please take some type of action, because this slow creep isn't as slow as you think. And once these things come in and click in, you will, just like the COVID scenario from 2020 to 2023, the moment they tell you you have to be wearing the mask or you have to file these papers, whatever, that's what'll happen. And so don't procrastinate. Don't think you have lots of time to this. Just put in the subject line identity card and send it to admin1@freemanlegalservices.com. Thank you.